Ike be ni sema. Kasaka o, mama diga we o abi. Your man sending when we abi job o awia. Pomple kasaka we am on point o ade. Daniel Tao for one really yo. Oliver wow, one job o ade. Pomple Paraguay we am point o ade. Digita o mo diga we o ase. Yana no bla job I can o. Bla job I can see after you know. Okay, I know. What Kenya we play job by. He play power. Il a yo kao also go away. They play papa solo also malo. They play J also go away. Oh mama nanute also Phoebe. Kenya you know. Our job by. In black and in black job by can I see. Wow. You say fan o job. Il play Gino Jennings also S.K.B. Today Landry de Bobby. I say we ma. Okay, you know Zoe Valerie. Mon one we mon day. Et ça c'est beaucoup noir de Bobby. Il blâme Maïro. Il blâme Phoebe with Dennis. À malo. Il blâme Fasaka. Fasaka ici. Il blâme DJ Wale. Don't blame for it. Yes, you can have a sail. I play a federal car when I play job. Nazara cow on one job.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is S.K.B Media. Today is Thursday, and I want to say thank you to all those that have been watching S.K.B Media. And today is the rightful day for our media. Today is Thursday. The time is 51 past 6 p.m. here our Central Time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say welcome once more. It depends, where you're watching from. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And this is S.K.B Media. S.K.B Media will be having her anniversary this next month, the 22nd. So, we are your young baby. You can support us with any other thing that you want to bring that day as a gift. We will accept any other thing. S.K.B Media is a media that say the truth, nothing but the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to the music again so that we'll get the office set up before we come back online with our whole energy on ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Ike Jamosi Nyamwe. And your way. Our Atondweji. Begiaju. Just ask a rook and no Lina Dweji. The bomb of USC. Yoma happy muwe bajanyole. Yoma happy muwe bajanyole. Yoma happy muwe bajanyole. Yoma happy muwe bajanyole. Ola yoma grandi le bajanyole. Tio kranyo tio ade. Tio kranyo tio. Tio abia o ade. Ana ubla jabake o. From black ground jabake ne black jabake abi. Kaine. Oh, honorable Nibu. Okay, you know how to asu ma. Stop your rate. Jabaya you know. Emos Nayon, Sakran Touquin, Mawia, Thomas Sige, assez oui, Mao Nyokra. Oubla Jawai Ken Wese, La Plan Jawai Ken and Bla Jawai Ko. Perebuya o, Monwa Jawa o, Abe. Regina Peo, Anyama Tobi Mua, Awea, Ade. Regina Peo, Contesto Nama, Tobi Mua, away. Emma Mayajo, Ade. Yama Able Mua, Nama Piata, Mama, Giant Tower, no, away. Vidi Maya, yeah, Vidi Maya, Monwa, Jabba, you Able. Ana ubla jabake o. La jabake. I don't do you way away. I don't do you my baby more away. Mobama Lua, Lina Dolly, you oh, I come blue up your ade. Elichasia Grant. I post go job up. Don't go it. It's a DJ Wally and a job out. Ojo Borguru. Napolo lu able. Jale jale libe jale o. Ula libe jale kegbe ndiwe sesema. Kasaka o, mama diga we o abe. Yoma seni we muwe abe jowa o awea. Pomple pesaka we mona poito ade. Salota o po won rele ji o. Oleva wa o mo won jobo o ade. Pomple peregbe we ma poito ade. Digita o mo diga we o ase. Yana no bla job I can o bla job I get ya taino. Okay ya inu. O tigenya we bla job I. Il play power. Il a yoka o oso go we. Dem play papa solo oso malo. Dem play je irepe oso go we. O mama nanute oso S.K.B. Ke ya inu. Au job I. Il black and bla job I can we see. Wow. Il s'est fait en haut de boy. Il plaît Gino Jennings en sorte que j'oublie. To de Landry de Bobby. À ce moment Okay, you know Zoe Valerie. Mon one gram a day. It's a say, book and noe. The Bobby. When I play job, Nazaro cow, on one job, Grand check and black job I can. And no two one job I have here we are away. Oh, paddy. DK Jefferson Yangway. And your way. I thought Doji. Doji, just ask a rogue and you know Lina Doji. The bomb of USC. No more happy move, but January. No more happy move, but January. No more happy move, but January. From black ground job I can name black job I can happy. Kaine. Oh, honorable Nibu. Okay, you know how to get a ma. Scorpion Ray. Job by you know. Amos Nayon. Sacran Token. Mawia. Thomas Sige. I say with my own your clan. Oh, black job I can we say. Black job I can name black job I can. Very well, mon job I be. Breaking up, and your mother be more. I will. Regina Pay condition amount to be moving away. Emma, my dear, I blame. No more blame, well, no more get our mama, giant tower, no away. Pity my own, yeah, pity my own on my job, what you have been. And I will blood your back, oh. Job I can. I don't tell you where away. I don't tell you my baby more away. More Bama Lua, Lina Dolly, you are come blue up your day. LHS Grand. I post go job. Don't go in. It's a DJ Wally and a job out. Oh, job below. Mama diga we are happy. Your must sending when we are play job. We are. From play Pesaka, we are on a boy to Adi. Daniel Tao, for one running you. Oliver wow, mon job oh ade. Pomple Paraguay away my boy to ade. Digita oh mo diga we oh ade. Yana no bla job I can oh bla job I can see at I know. Okay I know. Oh Kenya we play job I. Il play power. Il a yoka o oso jowe. Dem play papa solo oso malo. Dem play J.I.R.P. oso jowe. Oh mama nanute oso S.K.B. Ke ya inu. Aw job I. Il black and black job I can see. Allez, wow! Il s'est fait au Jabai. Il plaît Gino Jennings, en sorte que j'y plie. Today Landry de Bobli, à Sewema. Ok, you know Zoé Valérie. Mon wangu est monté. Et ça c'est beaucoup Noël de Bobli. Il blé maïmo. Il blé biwi deneso. Asomalo. Il blé fasaka fasaka hesi. Il blé DJ Wale o. No blé foi. Yes, you get young, well, I say, oh, I play a federal cow when I play job. That's our cow, on one job.
AK on the beat.
Kaiwo, lójú bá bẹ̀ wálé, lójú ọba ìsọ̀, ìjọba ìjíwẹ̀ ó, tí ìsìnkè tí ó jíwọ̀, mo sọ lé máa ó blé. Ọlẹ́wọ̀ jí, Mayfield àti Àwẹ́yà, Tari Bruski, Andrew G. Jr. Ìjọba ìyàn, Use Tukane, ìjọba ìjíwẹ̀ ó, àbẹ́jọba yìí, ló bẹ̀ wálé lójú ọba ìsọ̀ àwẹ́.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is S.K.B Media, and today is Thursday, and this time is 7 o'clock or 7 minutes past 7 p.m. here in our studio. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to give a few announcements today on our media, and we are now on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can go on our YouTube page and subscribe to our channel. You know, every stuff that you see up here, we are going live. As we are going live right now, we are live on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook live. So you can contact us as well through our email, or you can email us, and you can also go on our WhatsApp us. If you have those that musician and you need your music to be promoted, you can also contact us through WhatsApp, send your music. We can have conversation, and from there you can send your music. And know for each time we on show, we will be promoting your music as well. So use this platform to connect along with us. And you can still, if you want to join our link, you can use the QR code on the left side of upper side of my screen. Even your screen as you're watching us, you can also scan your phone right up there. Then directly you're going to be connected to us. And if you don't have that means by getting, if your phone cannot scan, I know we are in a modern world. You can also use this one. Just look at the screen. There's a QR code right there. The system, the link is right there. You can use the link to also come on the show. And also every information you need, look at the screen. The information is rotating down, and look at them, and every information you need about S.K.B Media, they are right there. And S.K.B Media will be turning 1 year next month. The 22nd of November, going to be our first anniversary of S.K.B Media. And you can also join us, and we're going to be sending out letters. We are in a modern world. We can also use how they call electronic system by sending mails out. We can use that as well. We can contact you, call you, and send you the flyer in your inbox, but you will be contacted before that happens. So you're going to be informed before we send you that invitation. The party, how they call the show will be open. It's not somewhere that you're going to pay before you enter. You're going to come to celebrate with S.K.B Media. Come and tell us thank you, what we've been doing. And if you love anything, you can also come and be a help to the show. That's why we always have this, always on our channel. We have this. You can come and donate this to the mini mixer for the studio. You can also be a blessing to us. And also we have on that same gift link, you can also do this for the media as well. This camera you see right there, you can also be a blessing to the media. We want to make the studio like a modern studio where you're going to come and will have a comfortable time in the studio. You will be in the studio. We're going to have a nice conversation here in the studio. We are modifying the studio so that whenever you come in the studio to come and do some interview, we'll be doing interview in the studio. We can do interview outside as well. So indeed, you are also welcome to do that donation, or also to do that help for the team. And notwithstanding, we will also say again that Iowa Des Moines is our own city. So if there anything that is going on in the community that you want to or you want for us to do that announcement, you can contact S.K.B Media. We will work along with you to do that announcement. If you are having a wedding, you are having how they call a baby shower, any program that you think that you are having in your heart that you want to have, like us, we having our little program. They're going to be live broadcasted that day. So we can do your live broadcasting on that particular day, where you will be on Twitter, which is X. You will be on TikTok, how they call Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at the same time, the same day. People will be seeing you on Twitter, on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. As I'm going live now, I'm going live on YouTube direct as well. So you can join us on that particular day to celebrate with us. The time will be from 6 going, because we will be having fun. It will be from 6 to 12. If the play is good for our time, we can go but our little time that we have will be from 6 to 12. So you can join us to celebrate S.K.B Media 1 year anniversary. That day is going to be on Saturday, and the 22nd of November 2025. We would like to see everybody there. Look, you are invited. If you are out of state, you want to come, you are invited. If you are here in Des Moines, no, Des Moines is free. It's free. Come and celebrate with S.K.B Media. S.K.B Media is your own media. Come and enjoy with S.K.B Media. Come and support us that day. It's going to be a great one. Let's go back to the music. Let's go.
Prime Ambassador, Compass City, Ikiano, Alicia GK, Eleton G, Andrew G Jr., Komolenu Ataru Bruski, Oliver G, Mayfield, I say, we Mao G-Boy. Modo Nuja by Pavade, Monsieur, we blow up. Some of the other way, my grabber, they never will summon new one. Andrew G Jr., Oliver G. Some of the other way.
Okay, again, I'm back online again, and I want to bring the good news to the community. If you are from Liberia, West Africa, you going to have a good news. I'm going to say, yeah, Liberia, way, Liberia, whoa, Liberia, yeah. Everybody have to rejoice now. Let us rejoice. Let us rejoice. You know, it's a good news that JNB has done it again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look at this little video. Then watch the video and see what JNB has done. You know, our president, His Excellency Joseph Nyoma Boakai, has done it with the U.S. government. Now, there's a ban that have been lifted on Liberia. You know, they had a lot of countries that were being banned by the United States of America. And today, we found ourselves out of that ban, where we have 3 years visa free, and the price is the same. Everything is the same. You know, you go get your visa, you know, extended 3 years. Guys, it's a good news. As I'm talking to you here now, we're going to watch it together to listen to what JNB has done. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, not to waste your time, let us go straight to the video and get that good news together. Let us go to the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I know JNB is working hard, you know, in the background, where you see Liberians, they are talking. He's doing his best, working, you know, strongly. You know, there is no failure. You know, when you say this, I'm going to do it, keep doing it. The man, I think he's going to a 1 year now in power, but This is what he did for Liberia. Let's listen to the video.
Well, the federal government has a new country in mind for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Now it wants to deport him to Liberia. The West African nation has agreed to accept Garcia with deportation planned as early as October 31st. Previously, the government had also threatened to send Garcia to Uganda or Eswatini. His attorneys call the government's actions punitive.
Oh, no, I don't think that is the video. We'll come back to this video. We'll come back to the video. I was going to play that video. This video had question about it. I think it was my news or how they call this video. It will come back to this video. But I want we all to, attach ourselves to this video. This video, I'm going to come back to it. Let us discuss it. I know GMB is doing good, but we had a lot of questions on this video. So I don't want for all the rush on the video. It's the video that we're going to end by doing everything on. So I want us to go back to the video that I was ready, in me at to bring on our live show today. But the main video, what I was talking about, let us go back to that video right now as I am still searching. Let me bring my music back on so that we can bring that video back on. I think I missed the video, but the video that we're bringing, it is good news. But after the good news, there's a bad news. That's why I was trying to bring up. But please, don't go anywhere. Let me go back to that video. Then from that video, we will come back to the bad news. The good news, let's bring the good news up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the music. Hey, come on, music.
When we are more well,
S.K.B I said, yeah. I said, there is no one. Yeah, Sylvester Neokolo. Awa. Anyway. So chuku nyipa asavie yeah la dia we sabaini manda de jo zani bonwa mo bronwa fuo la dia mo bronwa fuo yeah ke tratesio asavie yeah jeti awura asa apa zani bon wure no ni se wayo awo yesa zani bon wonja zanu Oliver City. Yeah, your point. My own say me ya. What's that wrong? Ya go no esirabo. Mona edi matio. Wo ya bazani ba wo ya bo. Mo gladio wo ya bo. Ina no se dia tika me bi nu wa gladio. Abo soni ba sumo. Ibo blelu antiga. Ina no se dia tika. Yeah, naina ga o. Ele no. You let one mama o. Chili no. You don't know, said Yatiga. Can you make what that's your way?
important.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. And now I hope you all enjoy the music. And it's time for all to go straight to business. That is the meaning of this particular video that I will try. I misplaced the video. I'm sorry for that. And as you are watching us today, please let us try to work together. On the same page, man. So, guys, I'm going straight to the good news that I was talking about. It's all about a what? We used to have a 12 months, 6 months, 12 months for a visa duration doing your visit in the US, but instead of 12 how they call 12 months, it's also been expanded to 36, which will be 3 years. 36. So as we will listen to this video, my people, we are going to have a good time. It say a breaking news: U.S. have charged its visa policy on Liberia, increasing duration from 12 months to 33 months, which is 3 years. They gave you that longer time. In 3, you can spend 3 years in America on a visiting visa. So a visa, duration have been extended. As Benwa, because the American government and the Liberian government is signed a deal. But there's good news that came. I think we are watching it together, my people. It's a good news that I hit the article, when people are happy. But there is something that I think that we should look at here. I'm sorry. That is for Liberia. It's for us. We Liberian. Everybody, we are very, very happy. Now, when you look everywhere in Liberia, I think some people start drinking and driving their car, or how they call, running from Raleigh to Broad Street. They don't want whole break. No, don't break your neck. Let us try to look at this. Why this happened? That's why I said good news and bad news. There's a good news right there, and there's a bad news. I will come back to that video that I had up there later. That the first video that I played. I will come back on it. So if you are watching, let us come and digest this together. This video I'm going to play, my people. I want us to listen to everything so that we all can sit and digest this video, have a conversation on it. How did Liberia get reached to from 12 months to 36 months? So we all will understand that particular arrangement. What brought from 12 months to 36 months? First of all, there is something that is dark in the cloud. that maybe you might not understand. People, I will be playing some video. Oh, yeah, we happy, we happy. Yeah, we happy though. But there is something that I want for us to look at. There's a deal that have been a sign behind the scene about this 36 months, which is three how they call a 3 years duration on the visiting visa. So let us please look at this video and listen to it. Then from there will come the good news, then the bad news. So let's listen to the good news first, and we'll come back to the bad news later on. So I want to minimize and stop so that we'll go straight to our video. Okay. Gentlemen, here we go. Let me go play this video for you guys. Come on.
Point that's related to the UN Security Council and this meeting here with France is that Liberia is being nominated to be the chair of sanctions committees for various countries. Liberia is being nominated to chair the sanctions committee for the Security Council for South Sudan, for Sudan, and to co-chair the sanctions committee for DRC and for Yemen. Those nominations will have to be approved by the P5 countries, of which France is one of the members. So it's very important for us to engage with the P5 countries, the United States, France, and others. And so you see, recently I was in the U.S. Meeting Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who's also National Security Advisor to President Trump. We discussed the UN Security Council because these P5 countries will be the ones taking decisions on the different file holders and pen holders on the different issues around the world. So Liberia is now at the table for these global conversations and now being asked to shape some of the responses of the Security Council to some of the conflicts in the world.
Yeah, just before I leave you, tell us more about that committee and the responsibilities that come with it.
If you are the chair of a sanctions committee, you basically are the one that you're the one that decides on the language of the resolutions and so forth. You're the one that consults with those countries, consults with the stakeholders and so forth to make sure that you're putting forth sanctions recommendations that will be passable, that will be also in line with various international instruments and so forth. It's a huge responsibility, and us being recommended to chair two and co-chair two means that the workload for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and our team in New York will be extremely high, and but it also shows.
So how are you doing, guys? Please share this podcast. Days of very big news for Liberia. The U.S. visa program, the long-term validity for Liberia has always been 12 months. Now, diplomacy is working at its best from the level of the foreign affairs and the presidency. Now, what is the good news? The U.S. government has revised its visa policy towards Liberia. From 12 months, visas, depending on the kind of a visa you are applying for now, and the purpose of your visit to the U.S. and why you are going to the U.S., they have changed the visa policy towards Liberia from 12 months now to 36 months, which is 3 years. So the highest now that instead of 12 months, it doesn't mean when you apply for visa, they're going to give you 3-year visa. No. It depends on what you are going for. But like before, the highest they used to give Liberian nationals was 12 months. Now, the U.S. have changed because the Foreign Affairs Minister, Cyril Basilo, met a few weeks ago with the Secretary of State of the United States. They discussed a wide range of issues. Now, I have another big news for you. From being a sanctioned targeted country, Liberia, y'all know Liberia was sanctioned in the past by the United Nations. Now, like I told you, diplomacy is working at its best. So you look at these fools by whom things that they could not have done, this government is moving at a very, very fast pace. Liberia has now been nominated on the United Nations committees to chair sanction committees and to co-chair sanctions committees. This is huge. Why is it huge? It bolsters Liberia prestige in the international community. It bolsters investment confidence, with Liberia now like the fulcrum, the new eyes of the international community. Investors begin to see that Liberia is a secure place. What do I mean? Under George Weah's administration, because of the high level of extrajudicial killings that were taking place in Liberia, and auditors dying under mysterious circumstances just about when internal audit reports were to come about, young boys getting missing, journalists running away from the country. Liberia was placed on some of the most insecure and unsafe country to travel to around the world. Now, under 2 years, Joseph Yuma Boakai have given Liberia a completely different image. Same with projects that should have been implemented that were negotiated under the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's administration and should have been implemented by the George Weah's administration. The bogus came and destroyed everything, putting their mouths into the big boys game, and they do not understand those kind of international diplomacy. Liberia was deprived of so many things. Investors did not come to the country. So what they did, to blandfold the Liberian people, they just got on private jets, flew all around when the women last spoiled money out there and came with morale. Investment was coming. France get 10 million. Liberia never saw that 10 million today. So today, Liberia, being a targeted country for sanction by the United Nations, Joseph Yuma Boakai has reversed the case. Liberia is now being nominated. And why the president is in France today? Because the foreign affairs minister already met with Marco Rubio in the United States, Secretary of State of the United States. It's solidified. France is giving Liberia a headway that, don't worry, we're going to do that for you. And with the exception of that, the president, as you know, is in Paris already. Now, why the president is in Paris, don't matter nonsense already or on Facebook, because these are things that they were unqualified and incapable to do. Right now, I'm in France. I'm not giving you this say. I'm in Paris right now. I'm in Paris right now. The president has been holding big economic meetings. When I say big economic meetings, investment meetings. Investors should come to the country. Most of these people could not have come to the country because you have irresponsible womenizers in the executive mansion doing funny things men to men. How would these things happen when they were turning our country into Sodom and Gomorrah? That's the truth. That's the two big news I got for you out of Paris, France, right now, that the president and the executive mansion and the Minister of Foreign Affairs have are glad with the decision by the United States government to reverse its visa policy on Liberia by increasing the visa stamping duration from 12 months to 36 months, which is 3 years. Interesting. Congratulations to Liberia. And congratulations to Liberia also again being nominated on sanction committees of the United Nations. The next time you hear me is going to be out here in Paris again on another edition of the Political Replay. I'm your Albert. I'm talking to you from Paris.
Thank you, our brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. We want to say thank you to our brother for that great news. I just want to tell him thank you for that great news. We first of all, take the original news and then get those stuff, because I have those papers. If you go on my page, I've been sharing a lot of news all over the world. We have now how they call Tanzania is going through a lot of stuff right now, and then we have how they call the JNC group doing a lot of stuff in Africa. Even Mali is having a gasoline crisis. There is a lot of I don't know what is going on now in the world. You look in around the world, there's a lot of conflict that going around now in Africa. We are only speaking about Africa. Okay, let us go to this particular, or let us try to look at this particular news that hit our platform today. This news, we might say, yes, the news is a great news. Yes, it's a what? Great news for our Liberian people, and it's for our nation. First of all, it brought our nation on top of everything today. So I would like to say that thank you to the government. Let us say thank you to the government right there. Then now we're going to go to the recent things. You see, a more essential country just came from the blind side, boom, and then elevated to another level. So there's a reason I want us to look at some stuff, some things that you know that I want you to look at today is all about some decision that have been made behind the scene. So I want for us to look at this stuff. Then from there we can what? Say our mind. My people, I want for us to look at stuff. So then tomorrow when somebody say this, you say, no. That is not what I told you. I want you to go read. Sometimes if you want to get a lot of news, go on this platform to really get a lot of news, and then you have to pattern together, or lecture yourself before you bring them up here. There's a lot of news that I want to little bit bring for us to look at. So let us bring this one up here first and see what is the real issue here. So we brought a good news, and from the good news, we want to know what brought that good news. That's the question. So I want us to look at what brought that good news that you've been looking at today. And when we talk about it, in a sense that the Liberian people will know some stuff that was behind the scene. So I want you to watch this first. Then from here, you and I going to analyze something. Please, I want you to listen to this video. Then from there, then you will go back to yourself and ask yourself questions. Let's go. I want you to hit that point. Quick. Let's go.
Country in mind for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Now it wants to deport him to Liberia. The West African nation has agreed to accept Garcia with deportation planned as early as October 31st. Previously, the government had also threatened to send Garcia to Uganda or Eswatini. His attorneys call the government's actions punitive, cruel, and unconstitutional. They argue the deportation threat is politically motivated. Garcia has been in ICE custody since August after being released from federal prison on human smuggling charges. Those charges came after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador last March and held in prison there for months. Well, the federal government has a new country in mind for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Now it wants to deport him to Liberia. The West African nation has agreed to accept Garcia with deportation planned as early as October 31st. Previously, the government had also threatened to send Garcia to Uganda or Eswatini. His attorneys call the government's actions punitive, cruel, and unconstitutional. They argue the deportation threat is politically motivated. Garcia has been in ICE custody since August after being released from federal prison on human smuggling charges. Those charges came after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador last March and held in prison there for months.
Okay, thank you. I want us to look at this little bit and let us look at this particular news. This news here that you just listened to. I played the video 2 times. I want you to look and listen to the video. This man they call Garcias. he from I think maybe Mexico or from the Caribbean countries, right in here, right close to America. So this Garcia guy was arrested for him smuggling in America. They do human trafficking and some stuff. So this guy, they arrested him on a criminal act. So this guy has been in ICE custody. From there, they were looking for a place to deport him. Okay, if that's me, if they were going to deport him in his country, that his own country, he can be deported there and taken to jail with the government. Now the government decided, American government decided to send him to Uganda. Okay, he's not from Uganda. The Ugandan government, they refuse to receive him because he's not their citizen. So your citizen can be what? Deported to your country. Okay, so this guy again, they started asking countries that would take him. The first thing they did is saying to El Salvador, he was in that prison for some time. His lawyers, advocate, still for him to be deported to his country. From there, let us see our Liberia. That's where I brought the video on. Okay, how can you transit a criminal that was, arrested for human or trafficking? He's a criminal, and then taking this person, send the person in Liberia. He's not having no link with Liberia. There is no link with him. Now our government official, we don't know what they talk. We don't know what they came about, because they have before they even reach Liberia, they have visited a lot of countries, Kenya or all those different countries. They refuse to receive him because he's not their citizen. Okay, first of all, the man is from his country. His country is right here. Why? Why can't you deport him in a country, and then you want to deport him in El Salvador? He stay in a prison. From the saying, there's one saying to Uganda, and Ethiopia, all these different countries, because he's not from Africa. He's from South America. So why can't you be in South America, but you have to go in Liberia? That's the question right there. So our Liberian government worked along with the other government to accept him, to accept a deportee. That I can remember the president spoke one time that anybody that they deport from America, you are Liberian citizen, you come back here, we will do this to you, we'll do that to you, your citizen. Now, somebody else citizen, the man president is there, the man own government is there. They're not refusing him. Why are we allowing somebody to be deported in our country? That's the question. Why are we signing? Do you know what was signed? Do you know what was signed? All these things you say, oh, Liberia have been nominated to be on the sanction board. We rejoicing, we doing that. And they gave off 3 years of visa duration. All the one that you see, so it passed through. It's an underground work that Liberia government did. So when Liberian government can accept this, then you to be able to understand why will they allow this man, the Garcia guy, to be deported to Liberia? I want to know. I think we have a lot of how they call news or how they call journalists in Liberia. Maybe have they asked that question, or have our house, the Senate and the representatives in the country, are they question the president for that deal that he made by transferring, deporting somebody that is not from the country to your country? What kind of deal that you got how they call sign? From there, Liberia start shining. Then France, remember France, the same France that from Sahel, from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, the same France that they are putting out, the same France that we're going to France. Why can't all be able to be by ourselves to do our own thing, but we have to always ask for people, be bringing people in? So then we say, yeah, our government doing good things. Yes, we accept for, because our government, our country had things that we can touch to bring money to our country. But instead of this stuff, then we go to France. Y'all look at France, way that they rule Africa. France rule Africa because they use the African to enrich themselves. France, people putting France out. Our president said, oh yeah, can't you say that? Oh yeah, we will do that, we will do that. We are trying to get rid of people to be independent. Then we still bringing the people back to us to what? Exploit us. So that is the bad news I'm talking about. The good news, yeah. The good news there. How that good news came? The good news came in which way? That's the way the good news came. So if the good news can come this way, what brought the good news? That's the question. All these papers that were signed, how you guys signed our papers, Liberian people? We are here to hear that's a good thing. Oh yeah, that's a good thing. We did a good job. But is this deportee going to benefit Liberia? Is he a Liberian? I'm from Liberia. If anything happens, if he carry me back in my country, it's a good thing. And I'm a country, he put me back in my country. No need of you taking me from here and carrying me in China. I'm not a Chinese citizen. A Chinese citizen can be deported to China because the Korean people, when they caught them, they send them back to Korea, to South Korea. But then you cannot bring somebody that we don't know in our country. You say the person is dangerous, but we see the dangerous person. That's the thing that the Liberian people didn't talk about. This news is something that we all have to look at. Please, guys, let us watch the news. Let us question the president how this came about. And this lady speaking, oh yeah, they gave her, we are on the Security Council, seat, how they call the Security Council, we are part of that, we are the voice. How now you become the voice? So Africa now become voice. All these countries that are developed, they don't have voice now, but you now have a voice. How your voice came to be? That's the question. Your voice came to be in which way now? You are speaking, you have power in Africa now. You can tell the country, you can sanction the country, you can do them. What gave you that power? How that power came to be? Let our officials find out what bringing that man in Liberia. How Liberia now accepting this guy? He's not from Liberia. So how did Liberia accepted this? I don't know, he from El Salvador, or he from Mexico, or he from or Trinidad. We don't know where he's from. But this guy will be deported in Liberia. Then they go jail in Liberia. Then do you have a good jail house in Liberia? Which jail house that you have in Liberia that will hold a criminal? So this criminal will be in your jail. How will you take care of him? The people present here in America say you go there, you don't want to come outside. And then now they say, oh no, he's not good in the jail, carry in our own jail. Our jail, how can we hold this guy? There's a question. This guy, how are we holding him now? On which ground? So that's the question. That's why I said it's a good news, but it's a bad news. Let us go back and understand. Let us call our government officials, those that were part of that senatorial seat that was signing that deal with the American government. Let them find out those to know why was this accepted. What kind of benefit we get it to be and 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or to be speaking among the other people to be having voice. If you having voice, you should be developed. You are not developed. You don't even have your own thing. You don't even get constant stuff going in your country. But then you say, oh, we are on the top. How can you be on the top? Little Sierra close to others. Sierra is doing good, and Guinea is doing good, but Liberia alone still hanking up. We know that our president is trying, but we not even reached the stage that the citizens for the fall will enjoy the rich, or how they call the resources that our country has. All those natural resources our country has, they are not enjoying nothing. There is no good school, the university, nothing good in Liberia. All the children that went to school in Liberia, they don't have job. And then we go, and Liberia is number 1 drug transit country in the whole of Africa. You see that? In the whole of West Africa now, every drugs you need, go Liberia. They get all techniques. The government is they try their best, but drugs is in Liberia. We're not even having good border security. Then we're talking about hosting a criminal. How can you host a criminal if you're not even capable of what? Or taking care of your own criminal in your own country? Your own country, the criminal you get there, you're not ever there, but they will give you a criminal, so you hold a criminal. Are you a what? I don't know how to say that word. So we got to see about it, my people. If you have any thought, go in the comment section, drop your thought. These are the things that we should look at. Liberia should be able to look at our own problem. We had a lot of problem going on, signing papers that will what? Bring suffering to your people, should be looked at thoroughly before paper be signed. It will be hard to build a modern country, but you have to be modernized first before you build a modern country. You yourself, you get that vision. Your brain should be washed. You should get that capability to stand up before you do this stuff. But first of all, we're not even having good police. Our police, first of all, they are corrupt. Before I'm not talking about the government, the police, first of all, the police had not been well treated. And the police were going to be well paid in Liberia. You will see the guy that they'll not be taking CDC with care. They'll not be taking wig from all one more hair. They'll not be asking for what? For hair for anybody. So these things should be look at this stuff first before you will bring up any other decision that your government will make. Your decision you're making now, it might be the downfall of your own government for tomorrow, because they will stand under the politician are watching what you're doing. The police, the DA, all those immigration, you are not supporting them the rightful way. They don't have that capability to take care of our country. They don't have it. You don't have good airport. You don't have good airport system. The airport system, you don't even get it. They want to immerse. We not get the Chinese to a better place. But to maintain that place is the first thing. We can't even maintain the place. American plane cannot land down there. All this stuff, you are still on this stuff. Our military, they not even get helicopter before, and I say different thing. We not even get MOA. The military don't get MOA. The military don't have sophisticated car. That even the road system that we have in Liberia, our military cannot say, yeah, I will deploy the troops here rapidly. No, you don't even get helicopter. You don't get plane. You don't get cargo plane that will drop the military. You don't get nothing. The only thing you get are those any plane in Liberia is a private thing. It's a company plane. Even the president don't have a private plane, private jet. No, the president get it before the military will even have it. And then these things have to be look at first. Look at this stuff before you even take decision to do anything. Our country is suffering. We are suffering. The food system, the agriculture system is not even working. The agriculture minister, he not even get farm. He can't even force the people to work, because if you in a field, you know that is going on. Look at the people right near us. Sebelu president have 3 to 4 farms. I was showing the video the last time. Go back to my videos, you will see it. This man have farm. All of his officials having rice farm. But how many officials in Liberia that get farms? How can we keep importing rice? We are importing rice. We are not exporting rice, but we are importing rice. When little rice, when rice don't enter Liberia today, you will see people be crying, "Oh, rice price expensive, rice price expensive." Where you go farm? We have the green land. When they say the green forest is Liberia. The green forest in Liberia, we have a good forest in Liberia. But here we are with sunny view there that we can't understand. So today is looking frustrating to me. I don't blame the president. The president saying you doing good to you. Yeah, we understand. But the 2 video, there's a good, but under that good, there's something that under that video that you don't understand. How can you that not even you not get war in it? When they count the people in Africa, they don't count Liberia. The first one they count Nigeria, Ghana, they counting Kenya, they counting South Africa, they counting Uganda, they counting all these other countries. They can't even count Liberia. Then how now you just jump from the blaster? I know the blaster from, when you traffic, they say, there's my blaster. From the blaster, and they say you giving laws. Anything you say that what happening now. I can sanction people. We on the sanction list. We can do this in Africa. Are you developed? Go see Uganda. Uganda came from war. But go see the people capital said, look, the people have digital cities. We talk about IT, they are number 1. Our air, you say the people are going to school there, they are just, I don't know how are they learning? They tell before when we in high school they say and local chlorophyll. Then they say local mammo. All the thing the thing they tell you, Jacko, all this stuff. This thing you should have been seeing this thing with your computer, everything you do experiment. If you are a science student, you have to be a real scientific man, invent things. How many librarians that invent computer or that brought out drone? No, because we don't get that capability in our university. They are not there. So countrymen, I want to say welcome to the show. Welcome. So I think maybe you are watching. I try to contact you guys, but I know everybody is busy. And if you have any thought on this that I was looking at before we go to the topic, I wasn't going to the topic. I was going direct, because some of the things that like the topic and what I was saying and your topic is the same thing, because what the benefit of West coming in Africa, I don't know. So if you have anything to say, you can come in, brother.
Oh, my friend and brother, Mr. Brooks, thank you so much. It's good to be back here again. And to our audience, we say we are back. And thank you for your patience and for your effort and time of following S.K.B Media. We are working on time to do adjustment to make our time to always come. Yeah, thank you so much for the topic on our discussion as to regard, African democracy, the way our people play politics in Africa. All we can do is to always make our time to talk to our people, to talk to ourselves, that we have to evaluate all these policies and the way of life that our forefathers been practicing, in Africa from the Western ideas. And now today we all still practicing these same ideas. But we want to encourage our brothers and sisters out there that are listening to us that the time has come for us to sit down on the table, either in group, whether large number or small number, for us to evaluate and all of the system that govern Africa and every country portion across the land as to whether the educational system, the political system, the food production, the health services, and all of the cultural practices that we inherited from the colonial practices, as to whether these things are necessary for us in these times of aging development, for our future or for the next generation to come. The time has come for us to evaluate these things. And as for some of us, in our opinion, we believe we have to sit on the table and replace all these ideas, or some of these ideas need to be rewritten by us, for us. See, these things should not be written by people, saying year in, year out. And then we keep fighting among ourselves. Somebody wrote something, in their own language that they brought to us. Maybe when we practice, we learn it, then we call it achievement. I mean, I see that as incomplete achievement, where somebody would design the educational system, what class should be called 10, what class should be called 11, what class, what ABC level you have to reach before they say you graduate high school. It's high time we sit on the table and design this system ourselves. You see that? So these achievements, if I graduate from high school, I see these achievements now in these days that they are incomplete achievement. Because we see these things play in and out. It depends the wisdom you express. A lot of time, we meet some of these Western brothers. It's like you speak all your ideas, then they ask you questions. With all your PhD and your qualification that you have, they say Africans are educated in abroad. But then, in your hometown, you get all the idea on your shoulder, but in your hometown, it's poorly arranged. So what is the use of your education? These are the questions now the Westerners, their kids are posting to us. Hey man, you get a lot of PhD holders in your country, but why your country is a mess? You see that? And now we're finding answers to get them. So I believe it's hard time that we need to come together, those that we are putting in power across Africa, and we either have to remove them and then examine ourselves. Anybody can rise to power across Africa as long this person is willing to change the idea that been in existence for 200 years. Because the actual development we should be looking for now, I believe it should be idea that coming from the background of our ancestors. Because also now, African, we are still finding it difficult to even identify, our own identity, who we are as people, what wisdom, what power, what charisma that we carry. Because division has finished us across the land. We are divided into pieces until we divided in the lower family houses. That's how far the Western ideas have gone. So we are speaking to you, Africans, brothers and sisters. We want you to sit down in your living room as you watch us, driving in your car, as you listen to these voices of your brothers. We say, rise up. Let us come together and assemble ideas and rewrite our destiny. Destiny that will be controlled by generation to come. Somebody should not continue to write our destinies. And Mr. Brooks, and that is my thought for tonight. We want to encourage, it will reduce it to Liberia. I want to encourage all Liberians, each and every one of us, to come together, to unite, honor our culture and traditional umbrella. Because it's under that umbrella that we find love and unity. We find power. Without that umbrella of our culture and tradition, we will find it difficult to unite. Whether be it back home or in the Western land, we will find it difficult to unite. So I'm encouraging brothers and sisters for us to put on the thinking cap of our culture and traditions. That is the only way for us to unite. We can fix things that need to be fixed in our tradition. We have the power to do so. But the Western tradition, we can achieve anything. Anything you achieve in the Western tradition will never be appreciated because it's not owned by you. It's like you achieve it and they will take the credit because it belongs to them. This is their civilization. It is not your civilization, it's not mine. So anything we achieve in the Western civilization, they will always take the credit, no matter what, because it belongs to them. So it's hard time that we go and reawaken our civilization, the civilization of our forefathers across Africa, so that we can achieve through it. And anything we achieve through it automatically belongs to us. The credit goes to us. And that is my message tonight to brethren across Africa.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And it's a great message, you know. Okay, are you hearing me? Hello, are you hearing me?
You, my brother.
All right. Okay. I would like for us to go direct to the topic so that we can have I think few words so that we'll go. Just sorry for the little breakthrough and due to some connection problems. So that's it. Okay, brother. We had a topic here. What is the positive and what negative effect of Western democracy in Africa politics?
Yeah, I think I understand your question there. Like I said earlier, democracy, Western democracy effect and, on African politics. It's almost the same thing I said earlier. Okay. Africa do not have democracy on their own right now as we speak. Because the democracy or the leadership or practices that our forefathers had before the arrival of the settler, right now is no longer in place. See that? Right now is no longer in place. The Westerners brought their own democracy policy. That when they were leaving Africa, they brought leadership system, electoral process, church practices, educational system. It was like a whole package that they combined. They brought it together as a package. They brought the educations, they brought the religious practices, they brought the governmental politics, election processes, and they train our people, security processes, train our people, led them through a brutal leadership across Africa as they were living, left it with them. Now, our forefathers lived in this system. Our fathers or grandfathers lived in this system. Fathers lived in this system. Now we are now living in this same system. You are discussing nearly 200 years for the places of Liberia. Western democracy been ruling places of Liberia for about 200 years now. The name Liberia that we're even using is a Westerner name. They are ruled over, their system have ruled over the land for almost 200 years. And yet still, our majority of our people are languishing in poverty. No good leadership. They still come back and control the very leaders that our people select indirectly. Now the system is said that was set up. Even if the guy would want to be a better leader, the system will still make him to be a bad leader. Imagine somebody is supposed to be a minister. Then they say, hey, to be a minister, because that's how they set up the system. To be a minister, you have to have a master's degree in Western education. You see that? So even if you were blessed with wisdom from our African culture and tradition, you will not serve that ministerial position. Why? Because you don't go through the processes of Western civilization, of Western culture. You see that? So that selection process alone of serving the people by becoming a minister, you should have master's degree in education. What kind of education? Western education. Imagine somebody is a minister, they may get 2 masters in Liberia now as you speak. They may get 2 masters. The person belongs to a tribe. They may cannot even say hello in your own tribe. But then they are saying, the man must serve a minister because he got master's degree in English, in Western culture. But the man, if you just ask him, are you what tribe? The man will even be stuttering to pronounce his own tribe name. But he has to rule over his tribe because he got a master's degree in Western civilization. That's how our entire faith has been diverted as a group of people. Our destiny has been diverted by the Western system, the democracy system that you are talking about. So as the end result, everything we benefit is all about negative. And we can never achieve any result. All of the result that we are achieving now across Africa, like somebody will say, oh, Rwanda is developing. Rwanda, for example, if you use Rwanda or Namibia, these countries are making little progress because for some of the leaders that come to power, they will do little bit diversion from the Western civilization and go into traditional practices, of which when you bring they and the system together, then they will prefer to, hey, they got a dictator. You see that? The Westerner will come and say, oh, this person is a dictator. We see that happening across the country. They will say, hey, the Rwanda leader is a dictator. They said Mugabe was a dictator. They said Gaddafi was a dictator. All these guys, the Westerner read the name them, they get them the nomenclature because they decided to divert from Western civilization to African practices. It's like, hey, I got to go to my tradition to get an idea from there to run this government. By the time the person try to do that, they call you a dictator. Now they will go and incite your citizen because your citizens are still learning from ABC to university level, are still learning in school, learning the Western education. So they will incite them to protest against you. Now, they will now refer to their own traditional African ideas as being archaic. You see that? And this is the reason why you see the people brought the processes. You will see that elections are going across the plate. They will want to be there as an observer. They will want to donate money for you to conduct your own election. I mean, who donate money to you to conduct your own election? But now, you will never hear that there is a fast send that came from any African country to go to Europe because maybe France having election or Britain having election, so Nigeria gave fast send. No. No way. Fast send never leave from any African country to go to any strange country to watch their electoral processes. But you'll see money flying all over the place from other strangers to African countries doing election. When that happens, they infiltrate the process and control the process. And now promote a leader who preach their messages and go against any leader that preach messages that are not in line with them. And I told people that was the same reason Peter Obi did not win election in Nigeria. You see that? So my brother, these practices, democratic practices across Africa, until African men and women can rise up and sit on the table and say, look, the whole electoral process, if we will conduct democracy, we got to rewrite the democracy in the African manner and owns it. Because the democratic system across Africa is not owned by African. So it will never achieve any good result until it can be redesigned. It will not yield good benefit for the African. The medical system need to be redefined. That's the only way we will achieve medical breakthrough across Africa. The educational system need to be rewritten, redefined. That's the only way we'll get educational breakthrough. But if you look across Africa, the democratic system is not owned by no African. Educational system is not owned by us. The security system, the structural system is not owned by us. In African history, we have our own security structure in African history. All the security structure during the Ghana Empire, Malay Empire, you don't see them across Africa. The structure that our people had, like places like Liberia, because Liberia, it came from the foreign or particular two kingdoms, the Malay and the Dahomey. Okay, the Dahomey, the fourth and second Dahomey kingdom, which is present day Benin, the security forces that the kingdom had, you don't see it in Liberia. So as the end result, we're not achieving anything. We'll keep complaining. And this is why all we can do is to encourage one another to go back to our tradition. For every little thing we have access to, we're doing it to connect with our culture and tradition. And gradually we'll get the breakthrough that we need in changing the system. We have to rewrite system that is owned by us. My brother, that's the only way. Other than that, those systems remain across the land. That's also a negative result we'll be having.
Yes, I want to ask you a question again. Is Africa have her own government system?
As by this time in this 21st century, all the 54 countries in Africa, all the 54 governments across Africa, the governmental system across Africa is owned by the Westerners. No African governmental system in the ancient empires of Ghana, Malay, Egypt, Songhai, Dahomey, Congo, Zimbabwe, the Kuch, the Cottage, the Ethiopia, the Zululand, the Luanda, all of those places, kingdom that existed across Africa, the governmental system that existed in this century, even before Jesus Christ was born, none of them today, all of them have been buried. Some of them have been stored in the museum in New York. Some of them in London, some in Paris, some in Rome, some in Russia, St. Petersburg. And you just name all the locations that you get, all of these systems have been kept in hidden, secret vault, so that they cannot be easily discovered. Educational system, all being, our people used to communicate. Like for me, I was now a little bit like up interior in the southeast. For those of all that live village life before traveling to the city, you will see that the people, the villagers have communication trend. If the hunter going on this road, and then maybe he killed an animal and then he packed it somewhere that he want to direct somebody to come for it later. There is a way that he will cut some arrows with a piece of sticks and direct you. That means when you come home, he will say, hey, go on that road, you will see my direction. And if you follow those arrows and the breaking leaves, the way he will drop those leaves, you will get straight to the animal wherever he kept the animal. Or wherever he kept the pump, you will get there. You see that? Without asking anybody. And if you're traveling on that road, you will be passing by people moving back and forth. But all you're looking for is the sign of communication that he directs you to follow. You see that? So our people have communication system. But everything is being destroyed. And some of these things, they can only count to being, they never really disappear. They are in hidden places. But until the sons and daughters of Africa can wake up in their spirit, these things will rise up and you will see them. You will be wondering where they're coming from. They do exist. But the spirit need to rise up in the sons and the daughter first. Let the blood flow in our veins. Then all of the hidden treasures of our forefathers left behind will rise up.
Yes, I think you're saying the truth. What I really observe as an African, I think we are not together. If we are together, holding together, we can. Our culture is right there, because what they're holding in the museum is not the culture they are holding. We that still had that. I understand this stuff that our voodoo, all those kings, they still have their roots. Our ancestor. We have those people, those family, those kings family still back home. Now, if you go Ghana, they still use their sting system, their culture. You see those kings and those town chief, they are still working, they are performing. So that can stop us from still using our culture. Because if you go in the Middle East, countrymen, the Middle East, no other Western world can go disrupt them from their way they worship their God. If you think you are a Westerner, you have to follow them, follow their rules. You understand? So it's because we are from Africa, we are not together. That is why we sell out our culture to these people. And we can be able to hold our culture and not be with our culture, do with our culture, not do away with our culture. You will see somebody, okay, for example, in your house, you are married, you have your kids, but when anything happens in your house, you rather go talk it outside instead of you keeping it in your house. You start talking it out. The outsider are going to know about your house, right? That's what happening to African. You see, if we all know, all Africans know what they're doing. You will not tell me, say the African people, they don't know what they're doing. They are doing it in their interest. It's not in the interest of the people. Now, while I was watching one Liberian, I think they were the hearing of one, I think the foreign affairs minister, yeah, I think, or somebody that want to take a job in the foreign affair, and this lady, they asked her, you talk about government, can you define government? I think it's on Facebook. Then she not even able to define the word government. You see, you understand me? So she said she had 3 degrees, 4 degrees. You can't define government. So what you say is true. Then it's like, why are we depending on? Because if you can't define even the democracy that you say you learn all those PhD and doctorate degree, bachelor in science, bachelor in technology, PhD in accounting, all the one that you say you're talking about. You say define government, you can't define government. For the people, by the people. Government have been for the people. It's for the people and by the people. But in the first thing, she not even go for, you're not here for and by. You're not here nothing. She just say, but the government and the people that how they call the government, the people that work in the government, what you call that it's not the people that in the government and so that the people that the government and the government. You say get bachelor degree, you can't even define government. So how you got your bachelor degree and your PhD? That's what we were discussing with our brother Deborah. Deborah was saying the same thing. You have 16 degrees, but you don't know what you're doing. You not even have that career how they call it. What was the topic there the last time? Degree and career. Yes, career. Because the practical, you did a theory in a school, but the practical, you don't even know the practical. So how will you stand and defend your degree? You cannot defend your degree. So the reason I'm saying this, countrymen, if we look at our continent, Africa, if you look at our country, Africa today, we know what we're doing. The Africans know what they are doing. If you go Kenya, you will see those people there, though. They follow the tradition in Kenya. Those guys still lay, they drink the milk, the cow milk. These guys still, they don't go to this store and buy the milk from the Western world, but they go and haul those stuff and do their own thing. So indeed, if we say those people came, the full certain people, they took those masquerade carrier and those how they call our ancestor jewelry, they carry the jewelry, but we still had this goal. Our forefather dug this gold, and then they had the nuggets, the diamond, they had this stuff. They were rich people. But the people went and fool you, took these nuggets from you, the diamonds from you, and took it. They say, oh yeah, the time I discover. How can you discover Africa when you met people there? That's the first thing. So the people that live in Africa know Africa. Brother, I won't lie to you. If we can, today, even you call somebody and say, oh, I have a dream, but can you interpret my dream? Because our people used to interpret dream. But before somebody interpret your dream today, brother, they will say, send me $100 before I interpret your dream. And then those days, It wasn't used to work like this. Even before the papa gave his stomach pain medicine, he said, "My son, go." When our medicine work, if God agrees, when it work, come by and tell me thank you. That's how our old people behave. We used to have dieters, and those dieters, they are our country dieters. This guy, they can operate you. They give you things that in your body. What they say, I go and do surgery. That man just rub leaf on you. You have your operation already. The surgery has been done. Spiritually, you see, spiritually, these are things that we all need to what? Follow. So if these things work like this, we will always have our back against the wall, because nobody will pass behind us. But instead of we keeping our back against the wall, we show our back against the sea. There's an open area. So our secret now, had not been kept no more. Our secret is out there. Can you imagine going in the deep forest? Those Westerners, they are in the deep forest. They say they're going doing tourism. They are there, or they say they're going hunting and doing experiment in your forest. Who grant them the authorization? Is your CEO, the old man yesterday? They tell you, do not smoke your tobacco, right? Don't smoke like your tobacco, the tobacco leaf. Don't mow and smoke it. But now that they see tobacco that they say don't smoke, they brought it to the Western world. They fix it and they call it boom. And they say raw tobacco. You see? So why is it different from us having our tradition being kept secretly, using our tradition to rule our people, strengthen our own children to follow our tradition? But what you saying, the Westerner, we accepted them, and we choose their own tradition over our tradition. That's the thing that infecting us. What do you think about that? Are you there? Yeah, I said, what do you say about that? If we can sell out our tradition, then we will accept. We accept the way people, or how they call tradition, instead of we promoting ours, but we are promoting those Westerner tradition. So that's what make us, all of our goods are being sold to them. Our secret are being sold out. So that's what affecting the African today. That's why when they come and say, okay, you see, I put John Brown, the John Brown have been controlled by me. Watch African Union today. And AU have been, how they call, penetrated. When you see the AU, those African president going to have meeting, you will see bunch of whites. They say Africa, what are you doing? Because they don't want control AU. Before I'm not talking about ECWA. So there is no saying. We need to turn back to our root. We need to go back to our root. So what you have to say about that? Are you getting me, countryman?
My brother, like you said, you said it all right. What happened is that our people did not just get up and destroy the tradition. What happened is that the Westerners discover everything you see happening today, like somebody discovered malaria, or somebody discovered paracetamol, all of those discoveries that people getting Nobel Peace Prize around here for. These are things that during the slave trade, these are knowledge. These people were not yet taking slaves. These people, this is the reason why I always tell people, Why you think the people carrying NGOs? Why you think they brag about the system of NGO? The system of NGO is there to gather knowledge from our people on a daily basis. And this knowledge, they bring them over here and transform them, you know, and rebrand them. And those who rebrand them are the one who getting the credit as discovery, a discoverer or achievement. See that? So when they go through the mothers, the women, and the children. Because even in our Asian African society and in our culture, you know what I'm saying? So our forefathers then, they were things, they say they think we're discussing here, remain here. It shouldn't reach to women and children. Because they don't want a woman to get angry and explain everything. Now, so the white man discovered that during the period of slave trade. So what they did is that, okay, you know what? Let's find things that we can get to the women and the children on our side. Since we know the African men, the men have so much respect for women and children. They call their women queen and this and that. So let's go there and, you know, and befriend the women. As we befriend the women, provide things, find solution to problems that will be in the women's favor, and then we get the women on our side. You see that? So now, those traditional norms that bind women together at the time to honor their husband, to honor their fathers, the white men went there and used the Bible. And they took the Bible there, that through the Bible, they decided to start to destroy some of the tradition. The Bible was the key figure that they used. They used the Bible to ban our women from going to their women practices. You see that? And they didn't just enforce the Bible. When they went, they befriend powerful leaders. They befriend their wives and their daughters. It's like the missionary come, and then they make friends with the princess. And then they make friends with the queen. So it means when the king gone to bed with his wife will now be talking to him to say, oh, these people, they are harmless. So I want you to allow them, let them just be here and do their thing. Since they're not causing problem, they're not harming anybody, let them just do their whatever God they worshiping, let them just worship the God. And the next day, the king will decree. Because the queen had talked to him overnight, you know, saying to give space to these missionaries, since we are evaluated them, that they are not harmful, so let's get them space. And as they get them space, then they will now divert and make friends with the women. To the some point that they will go and impregnate some princesses. Those days, when they started, they impregnated some princesses, and these princesses supposed to be married to princes at the time. See that? So that's how some of the taboos, because in our Asian African days, some princesses were not supposed to marry to a stranger, or were not supposed to have anything to do with a stranger, a total stranger. But these people went and befriend some of these powerful people in our society, and as a princess get pregnant by the white man in the kingdom, automatically some traditional norms have been broken right there. Some curses have entered the land. Some spiritual power have vibrated and left that kingdom. For why the princess are cursed? Because it requires other sacrifices to restore that. So all of the breaking down of the norms is not something that just started yesterday. It's something that started years back, some 500 years ago. You see that? And that's how, and then from that time on, the white man is passing down the blueprint to his generation. Notebook. There are some notebooks today. Let me tell you. Look, there are some Western notebooks that have been passed down for more than 500 years, just on Africa. In these Western countries, there are notebooks that grandfathers have passed down to father, from father to grandchild, Today, some of these notebooks are still in people's vaults, being followed to the letter to run modern company today, to run modern businesses. But you and myself, we don't have notebook. They always go beyond us and destroy ours, but their own is in storage. They still guard them in secret places. And this is the reason why you see now all of the NGOs across the land in Africa, they will make sure NGO can finish from those places. So to get people on their feet for us to go back to the tradition, it means they almost like you are talking about a total disconnection, and which of course is not an easy task. That's not an easy journey to even go on. Because we are seeing some brethren that are going on this journey. We see how we're losing them. We saw Kwame Nkrumah got killed because he decided to take Ghana on that journey. Patrick Lumumba got killed because he was taking Congo on that journey. So many great leaders. Gaddafi got killed yesterday because he decided to take Libya on that journey. Although I know that that journey will continue to go on, but we should always be prepared for what is ahead. So it means one of the ideas now we can assemble to our brethren is, we see any brother and sister going on that journey, we have to be prepared to get them the support because we know what's coming next. You see that? So it's a process of all restoring the culture and the tradition of Africa. It's a whole process. You see that? You know, they broke it down step by step, from marriages, from music, dance, dress code, food, you know what I'm saying? So many things. You know, now only one aspect of African civilization is broken. Languages. Imagine, look at Africa, 54 countries, the whole continent. None of the country can speak any official language of all the tribes in the land. Like for Ghana, Ghana will be speaking other Ghanaian languages along with English. Nigerian speaking other Nigerian languages along with English. French, you know, other French speaking country, Liberia, we're speaking English. You get name, you go to South Africa, they speaking English and Swahili. Zimbabwe, they speaking the Zimbabwe language and English. Uganda, they speak English and other Zimbabwean dialect. Kenya, they speak English with other Kenyan languages. But the question there is it possible for us to get rid of the foreign languages across Africa? Yes, it's possible. But is it difficult? Yes, it's difficult. You see that? Why can't we speak Igbo across West Africa? Why can't we speak the Ashanti across West Africa? Why can't we speak the Wolof across West Africa? Why can't we speak the Mandingo across West Africa, or the Mende, or the Dan? Because these are popular tribes. Why can't we speak them across West Africa? But we're going to go on that journey. So they've broken the system that every one of them you touch is the battlefield.
Yeah, so
See
yeah,
that?
so my question here, we have a good news that is roaming around that I was talking about, where Liberia from a duration of 12 months to 36 months. And then this was a good, I would say there is the good news. But if we talk about that, as that I was trying to talk about, but I want to ask a question to you. How will you really, explain this to us, our viewer, or those that are watching, those that will.
And yeah, I listened to that to just buttress your statement.
Yeah, and then there's a signing that they did agreement between America and Liberia, where they accepted to deport a man that is not part of our country, and there are documents that were signed. And after that signing of that document, the next day we see Liberia on a map again. So what are you thinking about that?
Brother, yeah, thank you. Even if they are not signing that document for the deportee, you know what I'm saying? The entire thing that Liberians are celebrating, my brother, is the same thing we're saying here. When you walking, it's like you are walking in the forest. For those who are enter forest, and then you miss your journey. You miss your way. Let's say you lost your way. For every small path you see, you know what I'm saying? It's like a release to you. You will run on the quick to know until you get to the ending of it now, and then you stay again, you start finding another solution. Okay. Whatever thing that they wrote down there, they call good news. I don't see it to be good news. Okay. But Liberian, I see on social media a lot of Liberians are celebrating, people look at it to be good news. I tell people, me being in America is not a good news. You see, when I went for my interview to the American embassy, they asked me, why are you going to America? I said, because I can't get a job here, so I'm going there to get a job. Period. And that's the only reason I'm here. So that means it simply means today I can go back. Once I can get joined Liberia, I can go back and go live the life I want to live. You see that? No other reason. I ain't got no reason to be here apart from getting job. My interview is still there. That the job I'm doing here, they pay me small money, cannot feed me and my family. So it's the idea of, so it's like somebody extending visa. The whole thing just looking funny. Extending visa, and somebody say that opportunity, that blessing, somebody having party back home, people celebrating all over the place. It's like, I don't blame them. I only understand it that the lack of wisdom. You see that? Liberians that are celebrating for the honor privileged Liberian who want to come here for job, like myself, I don't blame those people. They are bound to celebrate. Provided if they are granted a visa, they can come join me. We can work and feed our family. I understand their own portion. But for the leadership to celebrate, to think it's a breakthrough for their citizens, I think the leadership and the lack of wisdom, the lack of understanding or even becoming a leader for people. Because those kind of conversations, I will not be having it with anybody, saying, once my people, except if I will be having those kind of conversation, if I were a Liberian leader, I will be having visa extension. Once I see that there is a trade between you, your country, to make my people to grab the goods and bring it back and go back, like the way people are going China, okay, then I'll be looking at that. Liberians are going China to go back market and bring it. I can negotiate to make the travel distance flexible to provide sensitive security for my people when they enter China. Because they will be back and forth, back and forth. Now when somebody come here, they want to stay to get a piece of job. You see that? Because they're getting the job, it's like, who benefit the most? It's almost like I'm here using myself as an example. The money I make here, Liberia and America benefit the most from my life than Liberia. But sometimes you hear people say, oh, our people benefit the more we hear they will develop in power. No, that's not true. That's just a 5-year-old thinking there. A real man with a rationale, wherever you live, that's why the monkey said, wherever you live, that's your home. The monkey is saying when you sleep in the tree for 2 days, you know what I'm saying? They will spend more time and more food will be consumed here in the tree than the next travel on a journey. So people are just misinterpreting, but I don't blame them. I just see it as a lack of wisdom. President Bwaka came here. Donald Trump said he spoke good English. What happened from President Bwaka English? President Bwaka asked President Trump that we Liberian, as a Liberian leader, our President Bwaka, representing Liberia, we want military The man spoke in English clear, in simple English. We want military cooperation. And that's what Donald Trump was looking for. So Donald Trump congratulated him that, oh, what I've been looking for we are invited, all of you here, you are the only person that understands the sign language that I speak in the letter. So you know book. It means the rest of the leaders that came, they didn't know book because they didn't understand my letter well. You see that? From that background, what is happening now? There is a military base now that the people are building in Grand Bassa. You see that? They're building US military base in Grand Bassa. So it means that's it. So today, somebody will come and say, oh, we extend your visa visit, from 1 year business and tourist visa. Besides that, how many persons will get a visa? Go look at the visa criteria. Somebody must post, you must bring 10,000 US or guarantee. How many Liberians in Monrovia there that get 10,000 US guarantee or even 7,000? Because they say from 6,000 to 15,000 guarantee. Bank statement value. So how many of our brothers in Raleigh that will look for that money in their account and get a bank statement? And then the embassy will call the bank and confirm it that, yeah, the money here. If the man account, you account for the money. How many Liberians have that? It will only be the same Joseph Boaga Uno team when they lost election will be the same people that will run away and can't stay here. So I just see that thing to just be waste of time or lack of wisdom to negotiate for a better thing for our people.
So yeah, thank you so much. And I think we have done it, and we hit the target already. So it's 9, and we're gonna stop right here. I want to say your last conclusive word to our people, so that we can leave the air.
Okay, my brother, thank you. And thank you, my brother. And it was a pleasure being here today. We give glory to our ancestors, and we bless the Almighty Creator, God of heaven, for making these days possible to speak to our people, to speak our opinions. These are our opinions, and we pray to our ancestors, that brethren and sisters in radio lands across the globe, that they will listen to us, that we will go under one umbrella of African culture and traditional practices, and that we will ask our ancestors to rise our spirit, that make our blood to boil, to restore our culture across the land of Africa, so that we can redefine and rewrite our own history, rewrite our own educational dynamic, redefine and redesign our military and that our governmental system. Electoral processes should be designed by ourselves, so that we can have self-determination to destiny in the future. And so I will leave the message with them that, brethren, the time has come. Nobody going to do it for us. We have to do it gradually, or the few that will be determined in their spirit when they're doing that in our midst. Across every African land, we should give them the support. We shouldn't go against them, give them the support, because going against them will be used by strangers to go against our own brothers. And I think it's hard time that when Africans are doing positive things, more particularly reflecting on our culture and tradition, we should give them the support. No matter somebody pay us any amount, we should be our brother keeper across the African culture and tradition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, countryman, and I really appreciate your time on the show. And we want to say to our people again that this coming next month will be the anniversary of S.K.B Media, and we're still working on it. You'll be seeing the flyer up pretty soon, and we all going to enjoy the time together. It's going to be a great time for our community, and we are here in the community once more that every activity that will be done out there, we are asking that don't hesitate to contact us. Our phones numbers are always on our platform. As we are speaking now, we are on YouTube. Instagram and TikTok. You can join us there. You can go and subscribe to our channel, and peace and love, prosperity in our land and our great land. Good night, and we love you all. Good night, brother.
I know,